Hey, what are we waiting for? Well, here we are. It's your boy Dubby Dubois doing the Cup Sunday morning edition. What can I say, man? I wanted to make a video yesterday, but the vibrations, man. And it was really a hangover day. And I'm not even talking about booze or fucking drugs or anything like that. I'm just talking about off the hysteria, off of the energy. I got home Saturday morning, 2 a.m. and I couldn't sleep, and I didn't have a drink, none of that shit. I just couldn't sleep because of the hysteria. I had a hell of a Friday night. I wasn't able to see the Knick game, live at least. I had to rewatch it. The only part I saw live was the last 2 minutes, due to the fact that I was at New Stadium in Miami watching a World Cup friendly game versus my parents' home country, Haiti and Peru. Um, Shit, that game was one of the illest experiences I've had, sports experience I've had. I can't remember. I don't want to say ever because I'm getting old. But that game, being at that soccer game, being at the right behind the Haiti goal, and just experiencing that, all my Haitian people in the building going crazy. The Peruvians was in the building, big Perus, mad love in the building. It wasn't no hostility. It was just people wanting their team to win. And at the end, we're all in the bowl out by the concessions, and we're all fucking. We spent. You got an hour to leave the building after the game is over. We took every single second out of there. Peru won 2-1. It's crazy because Peru didn't even make the World Cup. We losing, and got to be ready for the big game on Saturday, the real one versus Scotland. Haiti played New Zealand on Tuesday in Broward County, beat their ass, and New Zealand is actually a World Cup participant. But with that said, a little more on Haiti. I just want to let you guys know, if you don't know, Team Haiti hasn't been in the World Cup since 1974. Much like the Knicks, it's been over 50 years since. This is a big deal. So they're going to be participating in the World Cup for the first time since. And yeah, in a tough pool with Brazil, Morocco. I forgot the other team, man. Shit. Hey, Grok, show me the pool that Haiti is in the World Cup.
Haiti's not in the 2026 World Cup. They lost to Canada in the final.
Yes, they are in the World Cup, Grok. Yo, I be wrong.
Sorry, still no Haiti in the 2026 World Cup. They got knocked out in the qualifiers last year. Want me to pull up the groups that did make it?
I bet you're wrong. Haiti is in the World Cup. You bugging. Fuck out of here.
All right, you got me. Haiti qualified for the 2026 World Cup. They're in Group C with Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland. Their matches are Haiti vs. Scotland on June 13th, Brazil vs. Haiti on June 19th, Morocco vs. Haiti on June 24th. Tough group, but they're back after 52 years. Want the exact times or venues?
Why not? Get this right at least. Unbelievable.
Haiti is in Group C with Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland. Their group stage matches are June 13th, Haiti vs. Scotland around 9 p.m. Eastern. June 19th, Brazil vs. Haiti. June 24th, Morocco vs. Haiti. It's a tough draw, but they're in it. No games played yet, so standings are still 0 across the board. Want me to check the exact venues or anything else?
Nah, I'm good. Yeah, man. So I think they played Boston that first game. But listen, she bugging. He'll tell me, yo, it's okay to be wrong. Even Grok admits when you're wrong. Some people, they can't admit when they're wrong, though. And that's why I'm here today. I want to talk about how I was wrong a lot about the Knicks. I'm not scared to say I'm wrong. That wrong and strong as shit is bullshit. That shit destroys friendships. Told my Haiti not in it. What's wrong with her? So, what was I saying? So anyway, long story short, Morocco defeated Haiti 7-0 in the last time they were in the World Cup. 7-0. That is a smoke show. That's like getting beat by 60 in the NBA in the playoffs, like the Knicks were beating people. My old man was talking about it. He was like, yeah, that's all I care about is Morocco. I was like, damn. So this is like 53 years in the waiting, huh, Daddy? So that's what we got. Scotland. That is, he's like, he don't even care if we advance. He just want to bust Morocco ass. I'm like, wow, sports, man. Sports is a way of life. But So the Knicks, yeah, go. But I didn't get to see. I saw the last 2 minutes of the game because there was no signal in the building. Okay, there was so many people. It was like New Year's Eve in the building. You had that New Year's Eve connectivity as far as internet goes. So I couldn't see anything. And the Knick game started at 8:30. The soccer game was over at 10. The Knick game ended like 11, but I still couldn't get signal because it took so long for the building to empty out, the garage for the whole campus to empty out. So the signal was shit. Finally, last 2 minutes, I saw the last 2 minutes. I saw Cornette kick the ball out of bounds and the ref ain't call it. I saw Brunson hit that clutch shot to go ahead. I saw, to go to tie. I saw him miss the other shot. I saw him hit 1 or 2 free throws. I saw Wemby throw the ball off Castle's back. I saw the last 2 minutes, man, and it was riveting. So, God bless you guys who saw that game live. I ended up going home and rewatching it, so I do have commentary on the game. I didn't get to see it live, like I said, but like I said, just watching it on the cast, yo, man. So stimulated, the hysteria. Everyone is so hyped. The phone calls, talking to your buddies, calling up your friends, talking to your guys. The haters are in the cut somewhere hiding. I love it. And we're like almost an intermission of the NBA Finals because this is game 3. We're not going more than 5, so this is almost pretty much the halfway point, especially if we sweep. So they're going into Madison Square Garden. The Spurs, they got to have their work cut out for them. Bridges, Mr. 5 first-round picks, and I blasted him. There's other people blasting him, but I'm gonna talk about me because I only could just atone to my mistakes. I only could correct myself. They were worth it. All 5 picks. I fronted on him. I have friends who used to really were mad at me or not feeling me, Knick fan friends, because I blasted the Knicks a lot, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about, give them their props and acknowledge that I was, I had acknowledge my doubts, acknowledge my not believing, being a non-believer, and it didn't mean I'm not a Knicks fan. I love the Knicks. I always will love the Knicks. Shit, I always gonna love the Knicks, and that's where the pain came from with all of the shenanigans over the last 25, 30 years. It wears on you. Maybe some guys were able to stay more positive than others. I think you guys are a little crazy to be able to stay that positive for that long. You guys are a little insane, but you guys are blessed. You guys, it's a blessing. Guys like the Patricks of the world. But the Knicks are doing it. The Knicks are going to become NBA champion. I want to start with Bridges, the 5 first-round picks. Friday night, third quarter, Bridges. He was on the court with Alvarado, McBride, Mitchell Robinson, and Landry Shamet. The 4 other starters were on the bench, and Bridges and that group extended a 4-point Knick lead into a 9-point Knick lead going into the fourth quarter. He was brilliant. Bridges and Towns, they were 16 of 20 through 3 quarters together. They couldn't miss a shot. Bridges with the 20 points, his confidence, he's like almost like a robot, almost, He's robotic with it. You put the code in, beep, 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 and the vending machine spits it out. That's Bridges. That's it. And it was always great having a players like that, a player who seems almost emotionless on the court. You need guys like that. You need emotional players. You need all kind of players to win it all. But the Knicks seem to have it all. Bridges, like I said, him in the the third quarter, getting them into that fourth quarter where they could have that lead where even though the whistle was not in their favor at all, that lead was able to cushion them. Because a lot of people will say the refs are not on the Knicks side, and they don't seem to be. But guess what? When you are playing at this level, you play against the refs too. You play over injuries. You play the refs. You play injuries. You play the other team. You play the other team's fans. You play the media. And the Knicks are doing all of that stuff. They have done all of it in this playoff run. And I'm so happy to see it. I'm very grateful to be a Knicks fan in this time. Fuck all you haters, guys. Fuck you guys. Eat a dick. Yes, so Bridges, I talked about Karl Anthony Towns. I know Karl Anthony Towns, I wasn't as hard as him as I was on the Bridges deal because I'm 5 first-round picks for a guy who never made All-Star. It's unprecedented. But at this point, it was a good move. I mean, the Nets good move for the Nets too. Still, to this day, even though they're irrelevant. Karl Anthony Towns traded for Randall and DiVincenzo. in the summer of 2024. I'm a big Devo guy, and I thought Randall was sufficient enough to win an NBA title, especially the way the Knicks played at the end of that year before his shoulder was dislocated. So I had a lot of things to say. And I like Karl Anthony Towns since Kentucky. I've always liked him. You can look at my FB page. I talked about him the whole 2015 coming out of Kentucky. I wanted the Knicks to draft him. We won 17 games that year. We tanked. And then we ended up with the fourth pick. We weren't able to get him. But we got the Porzingis out of it, who's a very good player. Porzingis is like a little bit of a. I mean, he could shoot the hell out the ball too. He's a little bit of a bootleg Karl Towns. Not as bulky but two great shooting big men. But Towns obviously the better player. Regardless, Towns, he's the Finals MVP. He's the Finals MVP. I mean, with Captain Clutch not shooting the ball as great as he usually does, Karl Anthony Towns, the way he's treated Victor Wembanyama. He's shown with Victor Wembanyama that, yes, I was a number one pick in the draft as well, young man. I am a big-time big man. I am quicker than you. I am stronger than you. I'm more seasoned than you. I have post moves. I can shoot the rock. I can back you down. A lot of things like Wemby, his arrogance. Remember he said he just has to play normal? But now the next day he said things were blurry. You know? You guys are cooked, man. Yo, how are they going to go into the Garden and win even one of the two games? I don't know how. To come back home, so they can come back home. I don't know how. The Spurs, man, De'Aaron Fox maligned after game one. He had a way better game too, but at the same time, he looked tentative and apprehensive late in the game. De'Aaron Fox looked like, to me, and as good a player as he is, he was listening to the noise from that poor game one, and everyone's shitting on him and dissing him. But if you're really paying attention to the playoffs and even to the Spurs run, De'Aaron Fox was out in the beginning of that OKC series, and you got Stephon Castle throwing the ball out of bounds. He throwing the ball to Austin, Texas. He had like 21 turnovers in 2 games with Fox not there. And so when Fox comes back, automatically they started playing much, much better against the Thunder and ultimately vanquished them. Fox is important for them. But I just think that he's in his head a little bit. And I don't know, maybe, these 3 days off, he'll figure it out. But that Garden, I can't wait to see it. Everybody from Swollen Ankle Trump to Mondani gonna be there, and everybody in between. So that's just everybody. That's all of America. And there's every kind of person's in between that. And like I said, man, I had a lot of doubts. I'm not scared to say, I was wrong about something. I don't think you can have growth as a human being if you're not able to admit you're wrong or willing to learn new things or learn from your mistakes. I think once you start being stuck on, this is what I say, this is what I believe, and you can't be wrong, I think that's when you start to deteriorate here and then physically. I think when you can't learn anymore and when you're not willing to admit you're wrong, that is just... That kills us softly. I think that's like dying, when you're not willing to learn anymore. You just might as well start dying. Die faster. Gotta learn, man. You gotta want new things, All you're gonna eat is vanilla ice cream, So, and I just here to say that I killed the Knicks for, a long time. I hated the Melo era Knicks, and I feel like I was right about that. I thought that was, and when you look at how things are now, the camaraderie and the chemistry, the leader that Brunson is, and you compare him to a leader, I'm not here to blast Carmelo, but to leader how Carmelo was, who when you watch his podcast now, he totally gets it. He totally gets it, but he didn't get it when he was the boss, when he was the franchise player, The Knicks are on a 13-game winning streak. Did you guys know that the Knicks actually had a 13-game losing streak in the playoffs? They had a 13-game winning streak right now. 2 more. But they've actually had a 13-game losing streak in the playoffs. Obviously, you can't do it over one season, one campaign. But they did it over 12 years. From 2001 to 2012, I believe, the Knicks had a 13-game playoff losing streak. The Knicks were... I believe, all right, we'll break it down real quick. Toronto Raptors, 2001, Knicks up 2-1. This is Sprewell Houston Knicks. This is a couple of years removed from the NBA Finals appearance, and we still had hope in the team, and we still fancied ourselves as championship contenders. I believe the Knicks were a 3 seed, maybe that season, maybe even a 2. But we played the up and coming Raptors who had Vince Carter, who had Tracy McGrady, a gamey Muggsy Bogues. They had what's my man name? Alvin Williams, solid point guard. They had Antonio Davis. They had Charles Oakley after we made the deal with him for Camby. This was a very good Toronto, solid young team. But at that time, we didn't lose to teams like that. But for some reason, that's when it begun. Down 2-1 after Camby's sister was kidnapped. Yes, Marcus Camby's sister was kidnapped, and for ransom in Connecticut. Yeah, man. I'm a sports connoisseur. People could, my talents in sports and knowledge. Don't ever sleep on me. I'm gonna take this shit to another level. Now, I'm not gonna have the little ticker up there or all the sexy aesthetics, but eventually that shit'll come. I'm gonna learn more about production, and I can learn that. But what people can't learn is this talent right here. This you can't be taught. This can't be taught. And I'm just rubbing my own self, rubbing my own head, rubbing my neck, because, sometimes you got to do that. But with that said, enough. Marcus Camby's sister was kidnapped, and she was recovered. She was found and saved quickly. I don't even think, but he missed the game. But after that, he didn't want to play anymore, and Dolan was pissed. Dolan eventually traded Camby, and it really stemmed for his sister getting kidnapped. Yes, he traded him for McDyess this following summer. In the following at the draft, I believe, for Antonio McDyess, they traded Marcus Camby and Nene Hilario pick. This is off the top of the dome. You guys can check it out, see if I'm wrong. I don't remember, but I know I'm pretty sure I'm right. Okay, so they lost that series. Then they took a couple of. The next year was shit. They trash, and then they fell off. Frank Williams, all that. They make the move for our guy, Coney Island legend Stephon Marbury. We made the trade with Phoenix for him. And we're all excited. Steph's coming home, man. All of that. Steph's on the Knicks. Stephon, man. It didn't really work out as well, obviously, as we wanted it to, with all the scandals, with the sexual harassment in the Garden. The Isaiah Thomas era just didn't go down the way we wanted to. I'm not going to get into it. But back to the losing streak. You got 2 in Toronto, 0-1. The Knicks make the playoffs in 2004 with Stephon. They draw an 8 seed, I believe, and they play the juggernaut, Eastern Conference juggernaut, yes, New Jersey Nets, who were a juggernaut at the time, with Jason Kidd, Kerry Kittles, and Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, the late Jason Collins at center, and a bunch of other cast of characters. Very good basketball team. Lucius Harris, a bunch of other guys. Good basketball team. And they went to the finals twice. But the Knicks ran into them in 2004, and they were swept away. So that was the Tim Thomas Knicks. Kenyon Martin punking Tim, whiny Tim on the back of the Daily News. You guys remember? Okay. Some of you know, some of you guys don't. It's okay. Fact check me. So now, where we at? Where we are? Where are we? They get swept by the Nets. They lost the last 2 to Toronto. That's 6 games. Okay, moving on. Knicks are shit for years. The likes of all kind of guys coming and going. Between that 2004, during the Marbury era, just didn't work out. Whether it's the Michael Sweetneys, whoever, man. Between Jerome James, from 2004 to the Stoudemire. They acquired Stoudemire in 2010, the summer of 2010. Yeah, summer 2010. The summer of LeBron, LeBron fiasco didn't work out. So we backpedal, we get Stoudemire. And a couple of draft picks, Landry Fields, 2nd round pick. Wilson Chandler's developing. We got Gallinari, Raymond Felton we acquired. Good little team, good run. Stoudemire had that 10 games or so in a row where he scored 30 points. The franchise had a little awakening, and we felt energy, and this is a good playoff team. And later on in that season, we make the imminent deal for Carmelo Anthony. He comes in February 2011. We go to the playoffs. We get swept by the Boston Celtics. What is that now? That's 10 games. They expanded it to best of 7 in 2004. That was the first year they had it, and we were rewarded with a 4-game ass whipping from the Nets. And then in 2010, we make the playoffs with Carmelo and Chauncey Billups. Good. We played tough, but we got swept. There was a little positivity coming out of there because we had Carmelo now. We got a little flexibility. We can make some moves. What we're going to do, Donnie Walsh. Boom. 10 games in a row, playoffs, lost. And finally, the year after, the Knicks, little better, a whole full year of Carmelo. We had to amnesty Chauncey. We made a couple other moves. That wasn't the old head Knicks. The old head Knicks came after, but that was the 2012 Knicks. Anyway, that was the Mari punching the fire hydrant, Shump tearing up his knee, I believe, Knicks. I'm not sure about that. But bottom line, they lost 3 games to Miami. That made it a 13-game losing streak. They won game 4, and then eventually succumbed to Miami in 5. So that was their 13-game losing streak. The next year would be the old head Knicks with Jason Kidd and Kurt Thomas and Rasheed Wallace and Kenyon Martin and J.R. Smith-Shump, Pregroni, and of course Melo and Tyson Chandler. They would go on to give us a memorable run before Roy Hibbert stopped Carmelo and the Knicks at the rim in the second round. I must note that they kicked the Celtics' ass in the first round, 4 games to the Paul Pierce-led Celtics. Okay? So we had a 13-game losing streak, believe it or not. A little history, a little learning. But, like I said, it's a great time. I could not sleep that night, man. Wow, man, what a night. Great time of the year for sports. You got the Cup. New York City's about to be a zoo. If I can make it up there, I will. I'm trying to see where I can squeeze myself up in there. Not if you guys even give a shit, but I'm just saying. You got the fucking World Cup. You got the Knicks. That right in itself in New York. Because the Meadowlands got the World Cup. The World Cup down here too, but it's up there. Boston, New York. World Cup, Mexico. It's in a lot of places, venues. And of course, the great New York City is going to be one of them. Well, Jersey. But regardless, also the Puerto Rican Day Parade is next weekend. God bless you guys. Bless you, my children. It's going to be a madhouse, and you guys are going to love it. You guys love a little chaos. We all do a little bit. Controlled chaos, especially. Yeah, man. Last night, real quick, Stanley Cup Finals. That Vegas team, man. Where did they come from? Right? Where did they come from? Like, this team was just created. This is an expansion team. This is an expansion team. Let me get the whole line up here yesterday. Them winning in overtime and double overtime last night. Vegas was up fucking, 4-0 in this game or 3-0? I know they had that hat trick off rip. Carolina roars back. I watched it. Your man had the, who's your man who had the hat trick? I'm not the biggest hockey guy aficionado. No. Where's my man's at? He had the hat trick. There you go. Mitch Marner. 3 goals and assists. Shea Theodore with the winner. Carolina, a lot of heartbreak. If you know their history, the Carolina Hurricanes, a lot of heartbreak. I got friends in Carolina, Big Lou, my late homie Rich is down there. All these guys, they know about the Hurricanes. A lot of heartbreak. Eastern Conference final defeats, but they finally make it to the big show. And now they are playing with their backs against the wall, 2-1 down in Vegas. Listen, if the Spurs could go be up 2-1 after game 3, they're going to be thrilled. So the the Carolina Hurricanes, you guys, you got your work cut out for yourself. Get your shit together. Go tie the series up. They also have 2 days off. They played last night. They won't be back. They won't reconvene until Tuesday. Like I said, Knicks, Spurs Monday night, game 3 in the Garden. Man. So that's pretty much all I got today on the Cup. Listen, man, there's nothing wrong with admitting you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with correcting yourself. We cannot stand on stupid shit or incorrect shit or our mistakes. Just, sometimes 10 toes down is not a good look. Sometimes what are you standing on? Dog shit? It's okay to be wrong. And it's okay to learn when you're fucking 43 or 53 or 63. There's nothing wrong with learning. Them it's gonna keep you alive when you want to learn. It keeps you alive longer. Guys fucking 29. Guys fucking know everything. You really, bro? You wasn't even there. Come on. Learn. Ask questions. See what other people are thinking. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Think about perspectives. Stop being a fucking asshole. Okay? Yeah, man. So your boy W Dubois signing off. Like I said, we're gonna improve the aesthetics of the program and everything. Working on some stuff, but you know, your boy's gonna be here, and I'm gonna have that stuff. I'm gonna have that heat for you. All right. It's gonna be a lot of facts, less emotions. All right, guys. Your boy W signing off. The cup.
Get the fuck out of here! Get fucking dead, bitch ass nigga! Get the fuck out of here! Get fucking dead, bitch ass nigga!